So let's do that. Let's look at another day, a different recording, and see if in E2 we can see the same dynamics. And obviously we can't. It's always like that. Now you make a guess, you think you have a nice hypothesis, and then you look at more data and it's just simply not true. Or apparently maybe it's not true, but maybe then again it is. So, this is again a daily recording, and this one was done on March 30th. This is actually, so it's before April 2nd, but that doesn't matter. It's just a different day, different recording. Daylight times are about the same from, let me put it here, from about here to here. There's daylight. And as we had in the other one, this is electrode E2 recording, and this is E1. And the different levels here are actually different voltage levels. It's not something that I created to make this plot. Anyway, so we wanted to see if our hypothesis was correct. So we thought that before sunrise, so in this area, E2 had larger wiggles than during the day in this period. Well, maybe. And the same after sunrise, E2 would have larger wiggles than before. And with a lot of goodwill, I think we can say that yes, it's the case. It's very obviously the case here before sunrise, where the amplitude of the wiggles here is definitely greater than the ones we find here, with the exceptions of those spikes. And when we look after sunrise, also, the amplitudes, well, they look as if they are larger than the ones we find during the day, but not very much. So overall, you could say, yes, maybe hypothesis not exactly confirmed, but not exactly rejected either, right? So let me show you as a comparison. E2 on the 30th of April and E2 on the 2nd of April and E2 on the 30th of March. Is that enough? Well, for a hypothesis, it's not bad. And for understanding plant voltage behavior in general, it's a start. Because when you look at something, when you measure something that you have never measured before and you don't find any background information on it, when you're trying to understand it, the best way to go about it is to to look at the single most obvious, distinct feature in your measurements, like these wiggles here, and just go from there. Ignore everything else for the moment. Just focus on the obvious things and try to see some relations between those obvious things. So having that in mind, I draw us a little picture. Sorry, I just... write E2 wiggles. Pardon my French. Our first hypothesis about plant voltage signals and understanding them. What we need to do now is, after looking at the first day, after looking at the second day, look at many more of such recordings and confirm in each and every one of them that our hypothesis is true. And when you do that, and in this case, people have actually done this, this has been pretty much confirmed. The interesting thing is also that this effect happens only in the electrode E2, which is the one up here, which is the one that sits closer to the top of the tree, to the green parts of the tree, to the photosynthesizing parts of the tree that react to light and that deal with light all the time. And the effect does not appear in E1, the electrode down here at the stem, where one would think that photosynthetic activity is really not that strong, and sort of the data confirms that E1 voltage changes are not really that much influenced by the time of the day or the light and dark period of the day. All right. So, for this video, let's come to an end because I feel that this has already been a very long one. The last thing I wanted to mention is that obviously the interesting thing here is, what are these spikes? Right? Here we have these two small spikes, and here we have this huge, here's the big one, another one here, and then we have this huge level shift upwards in both electrodes. What are they? What can we find? Something, either something in the environment or something in the tree state. Maybe this is at this point, I don't know, a squirrel try to climb up the tree and or whatever. What is this? Can we find something in the environment that tells us, okay, yes, the tree is reacting to it in this way? And the answer to this is these large spikes, at least this one and this one. So the one happening at, what is this happening? 15, 16, 17. About 5:30, the first one, and about 7 p.m. the second one. This one, we know a very, very good reason for why they happened. And what I want to do is, I will give you the solution to what they are, to what they indicate, in one of the next recordings. If I get at least 3 comments of viewers giving me options of what these spikes, of what these sudden voltage changes could be. So if I get at least 3 comments or more throughout the next week or so on this video, from people that might have an idea or might just want to guess what this could be, I'll be very happy, and I give you the solution of what these actually are. Right. So I think with that, we're done for today. This was a first session on understanding plant voltages, and there will be more. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching.